Welcome to Time's Pulse. Today we bring old photographs back to life, images from the American Civil War, restored and colorized to honor the memory of those who shaped history. We begin with a man whose legacy still defines a nation, Abraham Lincoln. Born into poverty, Lincoln rose through sheer determination and a belief in justice. As the 16th president, he led the Union through its darkest hour. His Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 became a turning point, giving freedom not just in law, but in spirit. In the midst of war, his Gettysburg Address reminded the nation what it was fighting for: liberty, equality, and government by the people. He faced criticism, sabotage, and unimaginable loss, yet never wavered in his resolve. Lincoln dreamed of healing a divided country where all could be free. But just days after the Union's victory, he was taken by an assassin's bullet. He did not live to see peace, but his vision endured. To this day, Abraham Lincoln remains a symbol of courage, compassion, and unshakable purpose. His words, carved in stone and memory, belong to history now, a testament to a man who gave everything for the nation he believed in. General William Tecumseh Sherman was one of the most relentless commanders of the Union Army during the American Civil War. Known for his uncompromising tactics, he believed that war must be fought not only on the battlefield, but in the heart of the enemy's society. His most infamous campaign, the March to the Sea, cut a brutal path through Georgia. Sherman's army destroyed railroads, factories, crops, and infrastructure, everything that sustained the Confederate war effort. His goal was clear: to break the South's will to continue fighting and to bring the war to a swift and decisive end. Sherman called this approach hard war, a strategy that targeted not just armies but the systems that supported them. Though his actions shortened the war, they left deep scars across the southern states, scars that would take generations to heal. He did not seek cruelty, but he believed that only through overwhelming force could peace be achieved. Feared by his enemies and respected by his troops, William Tecumseh Sherman became a symbol of total war, a man who believed that peace could not exist without victory. After the war, William Tecumseh Sherman refused to enter politics. He believed the battlefield had been his only duty. In his later years, he spoke little of glory and more of cost, reminding the nation that even victory leaves its mark. Frederick Douglass was born into slavery, denied even the right to know his own birthday. But he refused to be broken. He taught himself to read in secret and escaped bondage as a young man, becoming one of the most powerful voices for freedom in American history. As a speaker, writer, and abolitionist, Douglass revealed the cruelty of slavery not through theory, but through lived experience. He met with President Abraham Lincoln and urged him to make emancipation a central goal of the war. But Douglass did not stop at freedom alone. He believed that without equality, in law, education, and opportunity, true liberty could never exist. Even after the war ended, he continued to fight for the vote, for justice, and for the dignity of all people. His voice carried beyond the war, a reminder that the struggle for equality does not end with freedom, but begins with it. Ulysses Grant rose from a modest background to command all Union armies. Quiet, steady, and relentless, he achieved crucial victories at Vicksburg and Chattanooga, changing the course of the Civil War. In 1864, President Abraham Lincoln appointed him General-in-Chief. Grant launched a campaign of constant pressure, refusing to give the Confederacy time to recover. He pursued General Robert Edward Lee with grim determination, locking him into a series of brutal and exhausting battles across Virginia. Unlike earlier commanders, Ulysses Grant did not seek glory or parade. He accepted staggering losses to keep pressing forward, believing that only total victory could bring lasting peace. When Lee finally surrendered at Appomattox, Grant offered generous terms, hoping to begin healing a divided nation. After the war, he was elected President of the United States. As president, Grant fought to protect the rights of formerly enslaved people and to crush violent resistance in the South. He used federal power to support Reconstruction, enforce civil rights, and preserve the fragile progress won by war. Ulysses Simpson Grant was not a man of speeches, Pomona, but through action, sacrifice, and unwavering resolve, he helped save the Union and shape a new America. His legacy endures not in words, but in the nation he helped hold together. Clara Barton was not a soldier, but she braved the battlefields of the Civil War with courage few could match. Known as the Angel of the Battlefield, she rushed to the front lines, often under fire, bringing food, bandages, and comfort to the wounded. She treated the injured where they fell, refusing to leave their side even as bullets flew overhead. Clara Barton organized supply efforts, located missing soldiers, and gave dying men the dignity of being seen, heard, and held. Her work did not end with the war. Moved by the suffering she had witnessed, she went on to found the American Red Cross, a new model for humanitarian aid in times of disaster and war. She led disaster relief missions for floods, hurricanes, and famine, believing that mercy should never wait for permission. She showed that healing was a form of resistance, and that hope could be carried in the hands of one determined woman. The organization she created still serves around the world today, responding to emergencies, offering care, and standing by those in need. More than a century later, the Red Cross remains a living reflection of her strength, her compassion, and her unshakable belief in helping others. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving it a like. It really helps and motivates me to create more stories like this. Every bit of support helps keep this project going.